It's important to have a board that understands its roles and responsibilities, because we really play, as board members, a critical role in keeping the agency on track, both from a kind of fiscal perspective, which is one of the most important things that you need, but also to make sure that the mission is being followed and our goals are being accomplished in the way that the charter for the organization sets out. You don't want an executive director who defers wholly to the board, who doesn't have their own opinions about how things should go. You need a strong executive director, particularly when it comes to operations of the program or agency. That difference between governance and operations is sometimes a little bit gray, but again, if you've got a good board and strong and open communication between the board members, particularly the board chair and the executive director, then you're going to be in pretty good shape.
If you are able to really understand what you're working on, and that you feel that, of course, you're passionate about being on a board because you're there, but it really helps you understand how to best support the organization. You know, if you're working on advocacy and policy, and if that's your role within the board, you understand the confines as well as the areas of need to keep yourself informed, as well as to support the executive director and the people that, and her staff or his staff, in developing what they need so that they can move forward.
I actually think for all human services agencies who have serve a variety of client populations, and probably actually I think about the same thing for hospital boards, it's very important to have people with lived experience on your board, because again, that experience is critical to having the executive director and the agency really understand where you're going. And I think the other thing to remember about that is you may not want to have people whose experience was yesterday, because it can be very raw and very challenging if you've got an illness or you've been struggling with the system. But if you have the time and the experience to have a little bit of distance and some objectivity so that you can focus in your role as a board member on governance as opposed to whatever's going on for you, then I think you're in the right place.